Yeah, he'll probably stop.
Greatest show ever. I thought it was going to be done, but it's obviously, I think I saw they're starting it up in June of next year, at least season 3.
Well, we'll see about that. I mean, everything's on hold right now. They just canceled Dune.
That dude is in that movie Fremont, the main guy. There's a movie in black and white called Fremont, and it's filmed in the East Bay. I didn't know they canceled the second half of Dune?
Well, I mean, it's not coming out this year now.
Oh, because of
Rider strikes.
I saw Zendaya and Tom Holland were shooting hoops in West Oakland yesterday, or just Oakland.
Yeah, like
Let's be real.
I was really hoping that that was gonna be like the one movie that didn't get pushed back.
Yeah.
I bet they go forth with Willy Wonka only because it's a Christmas release and they want to hit it on Christmas.
Yeah, and it's gonna suck anyway.
I agree. But I'm just at this point, we're like after this month, I don't think we're getting any new movies.
Yeah, I've wondered. Like, I've seen Netflix is like their stock plummeted from like 600 down to like 150, and now it's like back up to 400. I'm like, is it gonna blow up or plummet after the writer's strike? Like, is it going up because of the writer's strike, or will it tank because there's no new content coming in? But I have like heard everyone's just switching to like reality shit.
Yeah, that's
as a backup. So I mean, the writer's strike is great for us because all the.
Oh no, it's already happening. We're like the first few minutes in and Addy already froze. Hopefully this is only a second. This isn't looking good, folks. This is supposed to be a fun episode too. We had a very good topic to go ahead with or talk about, whatever. And we're already having some issues. Not good. Give it a few minutes here. See what happens. Addy. Not liking this, folks. Golly. All right, Addy. Oh, you're back. Thank goodness.
You're back.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
Anyone watching it, it's your back.
Yeah. Were we live at that point?
Outbound pack loss rate went up. Because I opened the little window, but the average ping is at 17 ms, and the last ping was at 22.
So data packets are being lost.
It's interesting though, because we were talking just now, and it was fine, and then once we hit Streamlabs, it kind of that's when it seems to mess up, right? But then you think about last week's episode, or this past week, right when we ended the show, we had the issue.
Yeah. I got like the little yellow icon with the exclamation point saying that like quality is super low. Oh, I mean, dude, after this, I mean, we. Whoa.
That was my phone.
Yeah, you might want to try just like resetting your. I know you think it's Streamlabs, but I don't know, just like resetting internet connections. It's like the thing is it with the way the internet works, like the protocol, like even if you lose packets, it shouldn't drop like because it's video streaming.
I think there's a way to clear your cookies and stuff in even Discord or something. Because I've been looking online to figure out what the issue is going to be.
It could be that. Yeah, I mean, it could help to do that.
But then again, I can't right now. I'm not able to. It must be my internet, but I turned off my Wi-Fi on my phone, and I, for some reason, can't. You know how I normally do the post for Insty from my phone once we go live, and for some reason, right now, it is not letting me post our normal thing. So that's.
Is that when it froze though? Like, were you trying to post?
No.
I was wondering again if it had to do with the phone. I mean, you could also try this. This might help, you know, narrow down what the issue is. Hooking directly up to the, like, taking an Ethernet cord and plugging it directly in if you're not already doing that.
I can't.
Oh, there's no HDMI, or sorry, there's no RJ45.
Yeah,
input.
yeah, and there's another reason I'll tell you off screen. Has to do with another computer in the house that has to be connected to it. For certain reasons.
Yeah, I mean, you could still connect another one.
Yeah, run another cable.
I believe you, and I think, I don't know if you could do like a converter and use that instead. Huh. Like a yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
well,
let's try to do it and just
we're 6 minutes in, and we've had one little slight freeze. Hopefully that's the only one of the day. You got a pizza story?
Are we actually live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It never cuts out. That's why I said to the people. You said, "Oh, you froze." It's like when the people are watching, they see me the whole time. It's you that freezes.
Okay, I was. Someone troubleshooting methods here.
Someone asked how we're doing today. We could be doing better if we weren't having this little freezer thing going on here, huh?
Dude, freezing. I got smoke in the air up here. Not the good kind. The fire smoke. But yeah.
Not the good kind.
I don't know, dude. We'll figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
It's well, if anyone else knows, give us some troubleshooting tips here. I don't think it's your inner. Yeah, it must be clearing something. But anyways, we gotta go. Yeah. This is perfect that Josh Toy's here, actually. Hitting some homers. Hitting a grand rule double. Maybe not as hot. A lot of these videos are like 5 years old, 6 years old. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. You're good on my end. Now you gotta check on the phone. I could go check on my. What if they're just messing with us? That'd be so good. Oh yeah, dude, I can't hear you on the live. Dude. Must have 30K to be sponsored. Yeah. Well, today's thing is on how to get sponsored. And I've sent only one, I believe. It was one how to get sponsored, and it was to Josh Toy. And it was like, can you please send me a list of like, here's some tricks I'm doing. What other tricks can I do to get And it was, dude, I wish I had it. Actually, before I tried to see, like, can I find my emails going all the way back to 2003? and it's like 360 double X up, 360 bar spin, like the most basic level of stuff to get sponsored. And Josh responded. It was he. Let me look. I could. I'm listening. Yeah, I don't hear you. Well, I hear you, but I
know. You're hearing me through. What about now? My bar's bumping in Streamlabs. So am I in, boys and girls? Do you hear me now? Anyone? Chat. Let me know. Am I good or bad?
No, I'm not hearing you, bro.
What? It says I'm in. Now? Yes. Fun.
Wait. Oh, I hear you now.
Yes. Okay, I'm in. Dude.
Woo!
All I did, Addy, this is really bad episode today, huh? But so far in the beginning, all I did is I deleted out my input, and then I added back the same mic, same everything, and then it worked.
Dude, that's the thing with like troubleshooting a lot of tech stuff is like you know what you have to do, and really it's restarting the computer, plugging it back in, and that shouldn't be it because you're basically doing what's already correct.
Yeah.
But for some reason that doesn't work. It's mind-boggling, bro. Absolutely mind-boggling.
Well, we're back.
As someone who's studying for this type of stuff, it's just like, yeah, that's good to know, but you just got to restart. Kind of solves everything.
So, before I want to hear the rest of your Josh Toys story, but
this is never a bad episode. Oh, now I can see the
Thank
chat.
you.
I got to turn this off.
Yeah, turn that off. That's the last thing we want is you acknowledging chat.
Yeah.
We start getting into arguments with Anton live while we're live.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I believe that was the only thing, and I wish I could see it and know like which tricks I didn't have down. But yeah, back then it was basically like all the tricks could be done off like a kicker ramp, and so it was never like what grind. There were no grinds like feeble grind, stuff like that. I mean, that was basically at the time the only grind anyway. But yeah, I took that to heart. I was like, all right, I'll practice this. But I only got sponsored by Razer because we met up at Thrill Zone, which was the first competition ever, arguably the first one in Tacoma, and that's how I met the team. So it was kind of like an in-person interview, if you will, as opposed to a sponsor me tape.
Yeah.
Which I've got right up here.
Yeah.
And what's dope is the day I got on, or was it the day I got on Razer? You and I were there, and I think Ali had Hail Mary's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. Hail Mary's sponsor video that he sent.
He did. And
I believe they put some of the clips in the end of RVM.
We watched it.
And it was gnarly. Yeah, we watched it. And he does this huge grind on like a wooden rail down to a boat ramp or boat deck, and then he falls in the water.
Yep.
It was so good. Best day of my life, hands down.
But let's get right into the episode before we freeze or something stupid happens. A lot of the usual suspects. You got your Raymond Warner. You got your Scooter Brad. You got your John Reyes. You got your Undialed. All the usual suspects, the YouTuber scooter pros, have all made an episode on how to get sponsored. Which I'm sure is just from our point of view from Heligrip, which, if you don't know, the only way to get on Heligrip is to be a homie. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on.
Oh no.
Also, real quick, Brad, if you're putting Ripperco in your thumbnail, you already went wrong.
Is Ripperco still around?
I don't think so. So let's get into the first video here. I did it by year, and we're definitely gonna get demonetized.
Young Buck Raymond.
Today's gonna be a demonetized episode because we're gonna play sound. We're gonna not give.
So if someone wants to donate the like 75 cents we were gonna get.
Well, also this episode might even get taken down because we're just gonna play these videos.
Okay, nice.
We're not giving any. We're gonna hope for the best, but we're not giving any F's today. We're going straight in.
Fs.
Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Already filming. Don't send an email without a video.
It's James.
Oh
Just
my
don't
God.
send a video. Just send pictures. No, I can't.
How
do
long
it.
is this?
This one's 4 minutes.
I missed
Dang.
my knee.
This is a short one too, Ad.
Yeah, the bloopers.
Raymond audio.
Yeah, I got
This
it.
is
bad.
2011, before Heligrip existed.
Do we want?
I should have watched like how to film a video.
I go.
All right, ready? Okay, go. Wait.
73,000 views.
All the way?
Yeah.
All the way, dude.
All the way.
Is there some like valuable
Alright.
intel on the back of
Hi,
that
my
on
name's
that
Raymond.
whiteboard?
Yeah, there's like an ODI
Riverside at the
phone number or
ScooterZone
something?
Workshop.
White HIC grips.
Yeah.
Someone
we're gonna
took
tell you how to
14
get
demon
sponsored.
cores. Give those back.
Not bad.
You have to be able to burp twice as loud as that. Just
Just to be considered.
yeah.
So what you want to do for it? You want to figure out a company that you want to represent, and you think they have a good
Oh.
name in the sport. You don't want to go to somebody that's
That's
got,
what I did. I was
crappy
like,
rep,
out of all these
whatever.
companies I could ride for, who do I
And
want?
then after that,
Razor.
send them.
There was only one.
Come
Come on.
There it goes.
This is unprofessional. I can't.
This video's already fallen apart as far as I'm
This is
concerned.
terrible.
This is horrible. The burping was totally unnecessary. What's going on here?
I'm not even
boys?
gonna blame Raymond for this, dude. This is a producer on this video.
Well, they didn't edit. They just uploaded this as like a. It's like this is like a raw clip. Am I wrong? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a pro
You
burp.
missed the boat on this, where we could just upload a flip cam vid.
And then send them an email.
and get 73,000
And don't just
views,
say,
right?
Yeah,
Like,
sponsored.
dude.
They're not gonna sponsor you if you just say that.
oh,
You got
Josh says Josh Young, Jay Young says the last Insta post by Ripper Goes 2022.
give it a little more. Say
in about a year.
Sponsor me. Here's a couple of my videos. Here's I think this would.
I do like
I
the
represent your
Tony's
company
menu
in
or
this
something
way.
in the back. What's going
Help
on
you
here?
guys out in sales this way.
I think that's
I'll
gonna
look
be
at products or
Mexican
whatever,
food. Looks like that's a
That's what
sombrero.
I was
that
thinking. It
menu,
looks like a
types of
sombrero.
video.
Is that a menu?
Professionally made video, not
Dude,
a
the
cell phone
burping.
quality.
Okay, when you're telling people how to get sponsored and make a professional video, yet your video that you're explaining how to do it in doesn't look professional, not the best look.
Yeah, dude.
Video that,
Unless that's the
Don't
the
send a
irony of
video
it.
to a
Or,
company if you're not writing any of their parts.
That's 100% true.
I do. Yeah, I do.
That's-
I do back that.
James is 100%. I love it when kids. I see all the sponsor stuff for Heligrip, and most of it's just a paragraph like "Sponsor me, I'm good, I can do tricks." It's like then I'll click on the kid, and they're riding everyone but us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Automatic
I
failure.
mean, I get it if it's like, oh, you want to ride for Apex and you can't afford their like $400 deck, until you're sponsored. But like, it's a sheet of Heligrip, dude.
Yeah.
You've got
Or
like a $400
handlebars.
scooter, yeah, or handlebar grips.
You know.
Send ScooterZone a video if you're riding a blood deck.
Yeah.
Aw.
Michael.
Ah, Michael.
Dang, got Michael.
And,
the most difficult to pronounce last
Like
name.
James said, that would help out a lot.
I avoid
Connects.
last
Shirt
names.
in every clip,
Something.
something, yeah.
Yeah, a shirt that helps always. Like you're actually gonna rock the apparel and get the brand's name out there.
Yeah, we were
If they
definitely
get
like
back to you
that
and
with
they
like
say, maybe-
Nathan and Nolan were like that. I mean, they were
Zach.
good enough as riders. Yeah, Zach. But we definitely would talk about like, dude, that guy reps Heligrip all the time.
Ryan Gould. A lot of
Yeah.
the later guys got on because they were already repping HG like no other. And it was like, well, dude, you did your time.
Yeah, like if there's two equally like cool and good riders, like the one
Need a
who
little bit
reps it
more work,
more might
then give it more
get the
time.
bump.
Just ride more. Practice.
What's,
Get down. To
Oh my god, dude, I
Another
can't do
team.
this
Alright,
anymore.
alright.
I can't. They don't just. I can't.
You're out. Sorry,
Dude,
ScooterZone.
done.
Can't. Okay, and this one has 11,000 views. There's a special reason. Don't read the description. Stop. I see you.
Okay, all right.
There's a
I'm,
special
like,
reason.
looking-
There's a special reason I put this one in.
Wii Scooter TV.
Hello, people of YouTube. This is Edgar with Wii Scooter TV,
Dude, he's
and
got the
today
orange
we are
elite shirt.
giving.
In the last episode, I was like, "That's a rare bear."
It's our boy. It's our boy Edgar.
Dude,
I had
Edgar.
to. When I saw this pop up and I saw the icon, I was like, "Wait, is that Edgar?" I was like, "Oh, we have to watch this one. It's 7 minutes long. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but We gotta watch a little Edgar here.
Wow.
You-
Like the opening credit is like very professional, and like the production values are instantly like, come on, bro.
This is
What's up with
2012.
these weird office things?
Yeah. It's like he saw the other one. That's the
Yeah,
one thing I wanted to
right?
point
Totally.
out.
Totally.
And when we get to 2017, there's like 5 of the big YouTubers all made a video back to back, like month after month, like Undialed, then Scooter Brad, then Raymond. It's like y'all just copy each other with like whatever the hot topic is. Like, oh, you got views? I'm gonna try to get views.
Yeah. It's probably all the same pointers too.
Yeah.
Vlog number 2, man. And this rage vlog is a how to get sponsored vlog. For those of you little cooter kids who try to get
Don't
sponsored
call them
and think
cooter kids.
that's all
You
scootering
can't
is
say
about, getting
cooter.
sponsored. So, for those of you who are interested in getting sponsored,
Yeah.
here are some don'ts. Okay? Number 1, do not send 75 videos to your sponsor.
If it's to your sponsor, then you're already sponsored, Edgar.
Yeah, then
And then I do want the 75 vids because I need
Yeah,
some media to
send
put
them
out.
all.
Send them all. Wrong.
I
Edgar.
dig that though, like
If
a
you
bunch
want-
of Instagram links. That's
But-
super annoying.
I think what you really want to send, I mean, we're going to keep pausing and doing this, but I think you want to send unreleased footage. I want to see what you're working on.
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, like a quick Instagram link will tell me right away, like, oh, this is like a 5-year-old who started scootering
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, and then which case, like, all right. I
But
don't-
does
I
he
don't
have
see anything
talent?
else.
Well, not always, Addy.
What?
Look at young Jake. You know, we found Jake at a very scooter kid age.
Well, I rode with him randomly
Someone
one night
just-
and was like, oh my god.
Someone just donated $5 and said Delaney hasn't donated in a while.
I was gonna say earlier, like, give us the 75 cents, and then like, oh, I hope Delaney's on here. Give us the $5.
Dakota, thank you. We
Go to shoots.
hopefully if we freeze this, that will make up for the actually that's already more than what we would have got. So
Get sponsored. Send one. All
I'm
they
a
need is
sponsor.
one
yeah,
video
he wants.
of you doing your awesome
Yeah.
If you want to get sponsored, you really want to get our attention, donate while we're live.
Yeah. You're not
greatest
guaranteed
tricks,
to
right?
get anything,
Send
but
in
you
one
can tell
video.
people you're
All
sponsored.
you need. Don't bombard them with questions every single time. And if they don't answer, give them time. Pace it out. Make it like once every couple weeks. Okay?
Once
So
every
that
couple
you
weeks?
can understand, like, hey, he probably had time.
That's
and
way
don't
too
be
many
like, hey,
emails.
so did you see my video?
Josh wrote Long
Do you
John
like
Silver
it?
money.
Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you think that I can
With
get
inflation,
sponsored?
though, I might
Do you
only get,
like
like,
my
a
style?
medium french
Was it
fry.
a good video? Do you like my tricks? Okay, if they like your tricks, if they like your style, they think it's a good video, they will get back to you. Now, sponsors have a lot of things on their plate. Okay, they have a lot of people that they're going through. They're sponsoring more than one person.
Yeah.
They're going through
Yeah, they
stuff,
are.
like
Sure.
traveling and stuff. Give them time. There's times where you'll get a random email just out of nowhere.
A random
and
email.
It'll be the sponsor. So make sure, for those of you who want to get sponsored, take your time on a sponsor edit. Don't rush it. Don't make it a 2-day thing. Make it a 2-month thing.
2 month. Make
Yeah,
it a
dude,
6-month thing, Edgar.
yeah,
Come on
dude.
now. I want some
2
bangers up
minimum.
in here.
Spend one solid month. All right.
Okay, 1 month now.
Sorry, I had like a hiccup. Spend one solid month on making an edit, taking time with it, making lines that mesh well, right? Making bangers. Like, think of a banger. Like,
Make
dude,
bangers.
by the end of this month, I want to front lip that rail. So you wait and you try it and you try it and you try it until you do it. Because sponsors want to see what you can do, right? So, for example, I love
wheelchair next to
techie
him?
ledge tricks.
It is.
Right?
It
So
is
if
a
I was
wheelchair
gonna
next
sponsor
to
it,
him.
I will do the
And paper
gnarliest
towels
from
ledge
Costco.
tricks
Right
I
now.
can think
Where-
of.
where
And I'll
is he?
try to
Is he
land
even
them
at,
and
like,
make
a
sure that I
shop?
land them clean. Now,
What
if
is
I try to
Johnny
land them,
Mass?
I mean, with that month period,
I have
I'll
no
make
idea.
sure that I land it right. That's what you need. You
It
need
looks like
to
there's
land
something
your
up on the
tricks
wall
clean.
that's like
and you gotta have
Globe
style.
shoes.
related.
Sponsors
No, it's skateboarding.
Oh.
It's Globe
for
shoes.
More than
Is that
anything,
Carl's
more than
Bad Gap or
anything,
something?
if you guys can
Globe
sell their
shoes.
parts, if
Maybe he's at
if
Epic?
they can't see,
This is the
for
office at
example,
Epic?
Johnny Mass. If Johnny
Shout
Mass
out
was trying to
Globe,
get
saw
sponsored
them
by
in
anybody,
Japan.
And if
Josh
they were
could
like,
confirm.
"Alright,
And then we got kicked
you're
out of
a
their
good
skate
rider,
park.
but I can't see you selling parts. You won't get sponsored because the whole thing is they are trying to take you guys and turn you guys into the spokesperson of that sponsor, right? So the first thing they look at will be like, will Timmy represent our company? We're a street company, Timmy's a park rider. It's not gonna.
Already lost me. Already lost me, Edgar.
Yeah.
I'm looking for good riders. I don't give a whatever.
You could ride park, street.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Just this video is hard to watch because the audio is just bad.
Yeah.
Let's jump forward a little
And
bit.
all I'm looking at is that quilted northern. Like, oh man.
What's he saying?
Every
there?
2 days, whether
Fresh
they
pack
got
of
your video
quilted
or not.
northern
I'm
from
sure that
Costco.
they did. And third, make sure you work on yourself and you humble yourself.
He's only on 3?
before
No, I
you try
fast
to get
forwarded.
sponsored, because sponsors don't like cocky kids, and kids who
That's
get
what I'm
sponsored
saying.
who
You're
are
all the way at the end of
cocky
the video.
never
Is like
last
in
long.
3rd.
So yeah, this is Edgar with We Scooter TV. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bonus footage. Little kids who make scooter teams on YouTube, okay? And your name is like freaking Wild Coyote Scooters. You guys aren't sponsors, so
Badass
please.
name, honestly.
Some say, yeah, bro, I'm sponsored. I can tell up off a curb, dude. It's a serious business. Okay, no, please.
That's good. You'll
Wild
get sued by Warner Brothers, but
Yeah.
I guess that's Wile E. Coyote.
All right, we're jumping forward to 2000. I found a dead space here from 2012 to 2016. I didn't find any that said sponsor me or how to get
This
sponsored.
is a short documentary featuring your boy Scooter Brad.
Is this gonna be him riding?
Sponsored.
Okay.
Trying to get sponsored. Not really. I'm just riding for fun.
That's good.
Buying my own parts, really.
You should always
up
be
a
riding
little
for
bit.
fun. Even if you're sponsored, you should be riding for fun.
Yeah, because let me tell you, this is a good part to pause real quick.
Okay.
Potentially. I mean, maybe it's too early to say, but my thing is like, dude, getting sponsored could ruin scootering for you. In many ways, it takes the fun out of it. 100%. Go watch the Johnny Manziel documentary. I was like, oh my god, this guy sucks
Is that the?
as a person, but I totally get what he's saying. I had way more fun kind of before getting sponsored, and not necessarily
that's
Razor, but like the Urban Art days. Like my Raw Dog video is one of my favorite videos because that was like the in-between sponsorship, and I don't know, like when there's no pressure, you just kind of have more fun. So people think they want to get sponsored, and I get it, and a lot of it, especially with younger kids, is you want to be able to like show up at school the next day and be like, I'm sponsored, aren't I so cool? But once people start telling you like, hey man, you need to like fulfill your obligations, it's weird. Like you think it won't bother you and you're looking forward to it, it could take the fun out of it. It's a little funky when you're like, wait, I have to go out and ride? Like, little weird. So
The chat saying stuff. They're saying this
always ride for fun.
insert the Will Judy clip, and Josh wrote, part of the reason Will Judy left Tilt is the content part kills the fun, makes it feel like a job. I 100% disagree with you, Josh Toy, and here's why.
Damn.
The content part is 100% what we should be doing. Now, they were making him do Insta clips and this, that, the other. Now, I'm not a ride for fun, but if you're actually sponsorship level of riding, filming clips shouldn't be an issue. You should be able to go out and film clips on a weekend, and it's no... Man, we used to have days where we were counting how many clips we got. Addy, am I wrong? We used to count, oh damn, today was a 9-clip day. We were stacking. Now, Instagram has, and social media has made it different because now there's different levels to the clips. But shooting clips is 100% part of the thing. The Will Judy thing, which I don't want to go super in depth on, that's not why we're doing this episode on how to get sponsored. We're making more fun of the fact that these YouTubers made these videos than talking about Will Judy's situation. The Will Judy situation, to touch on it real quick though, has to also do with your TM and other things that have to do with that. When the boys go out to a skate park, no one would ask me to shoot those weekend warm-up clips. Am I right, Addy? I would just be shooting. I'm doing my job while my homies, the Hella Grip team, is doing what they would already be doing whether I was there or not.
Yeah, but that I get what you're saying, and I'm misinterpreting what Josh is saying, but like there's something funky, at least with me. Like with the weekend warm-ups, that's exactly it. You didn't say, hey dudes. I mean, sometimes you're like, let's get a clip for weekend warm-ups.
Yeah,
but
sometimes
really it's like,
yes.
You're in the background. They don't know that like, oh, I'm doing this for a sponsor and it's required. And that's, even though, like, what I'm trying to say is getting clips for the Over Show, which was like our crew, was like, that was the point. It was all about getting footage, but it was fun. There's something in the brain when it's like, oh, you're required to get this clip. That,
you had a big
issue. It
makes
makes that getting content, even though it's the same. It's like, what's the difference? You're filming content. There's just something about it where you're like, man, and like, and you know, like, oh, I can't really give up. I gotta get this. Like, I gotta meet a quota. Even though with the Over Show, we knew that like we're working towards a video. Like, we need to get footage because the video is gonna come out eventually. I don't know. It's just something. I guess it's a difference. Like and I always had this issue. I would talk to Jeremy Lanfranchi about it on Urban Art Trips. I'm like, dude, there's something about like, you were all my boys, but like when I'm riding with like my boys that I grew up.
Ah, no. Right when he's getting into my boys. Well, we lost you. This is some baloney. Well, point being is the thing I was trying to point on, I'll just talk for a little bit while Addie's frozen for a moment, is it's poor team management, teams being spread out across the country too much, not enough trips where the team's actually united, where the TM or whoever's in charge, brand manager, even the owner, can stack easy clips of those people.
I lost it.
You're back. You were right. You were right at Jeremy Lanfranchi.
Yeah. All I was saying is that like I talked to him and I was like, dude, like I love you guys. I love riding with you, but like, and this is dope that we're in Spain getting footage, but I kind of wish, and like I love the crew, but I was like, I wish my boys from like the Over Show were here with me. And a lot of them were skaters. You know, I was like, dude, just the vibe when like you're with your homies and like just the pressure's different. The vibe is different, you know? And I think that's kind of what like Johnny Manziel was getting at. Like when I was playing college ball, it was just me and the boys. But then you go to the NFL and it's like, even though it's the same, it's not. You know, when you get to the pros, it's just like, it takes the fun out of it. And even though you're getting paid millions of dollars.
I'm seeing Josh Young say, also you have to have a filmer nowadays because companies don't have one like person to film the team. Yeah, that's true. Remember, in extreme sports, everything's based off skateboarding. It is the ultimate extreme sport. It's the oldest. It's the most well-done sport. Back in the day, professional skateboarders or people that wanted to become a professional skateboarder, they had to move to California. They had to, because the filmers and the photographers were all in Los Angeles or San Diego.
It was like that with Razor or scootering too. They always said like you have like, oh, some people say like Addy's on because he's in California.
Yeah. Well,
you know?
and people outside of this state will hate and say whatever. Look, the brands, you need to be where your brand is. You need to be with where your brand is. And if you got to pick up a day job at a restaurant, work, whatever, and then be able to stack clips and make that move, whatever. And now look, there's tons of ways to make money. You could do the YouTube outlet and do that as a side hustle on top of being sponsored. You know, you gotta make it somehow. But I think the whole, yeah, see, Josh, you had to move to California. Exactly, like that.
Well, wasn't that a, like not a huge deal for us? But when I started riding for Razor, and it was like, hey, dude, I need you to film clips for me that are going to Razor.
Yeah.
But like, you're not getting paid for that. But it's almost like I dragged you into a job.
Yeah.
And you knew you weren't going to get paid. And we would do stuff where I would film a clip with a helmet because Razor required it. And then I would film it again without a helmet.
Yeah.
And that would go towards the Over Show. Maybe it would be like slightly different. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll do a bar spin out instead of a tail whip.
Yeah.
But for you, you never got paid, yet you were kind of dragged into
You
it.
no,
anyway. And, like, you were cool about
you
it.
slipped me a couple hundos here and there.
I slipped, yeah. The one paycheck I got from Razor, I gave you some of that cash.
Yeah.
Because part of it was for filming RVM3. I got paid once, and it was like $300 for going to Japan and $300 for filming for RVM3.
The thing is that if you got into extreme sports to make money, you screwed up 5 years earlier. You should have stayed in school and became a doctor, or went and became a lawyer. I've been making that joke since I dropped out of college. I always said, you know, I knew that this is, if you're getting into extreme sports to make money, you're already stupid and you've messed up. You're already not thinking.
Yeah, unless you're like Tony Hawk or
And
something.
I hope kids, I hope that's the thing that every video so far we've watched, which is only 3, we got a lot to keep going here.
Yeah, we do add a lot.
That's the first thing they should say. If you got into extreme sports to make money, you already should turn around and leave, because that's not what this game is. And I'm sorry if other people feel differently. I grew up knowing that extreme sports wasn't a moneymaker. And if I wanted to make money, I should have stayed in school, became a doctor, became a freaking lawyer, whatever it may be, that I'm a freaking lawyer, and made some money. And then did maybe a little skating on the side when I wanted to. No, that's not it for me. I'm fine with being poor. I don't give crap.
I didn't want to get sponsored for money. I know that's not what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
no, but you did.
Like,
you wanted it for a little bit more for clout. Am I wrong?
No, definitely. It was to say, like, getting sponsored was like confirmation that you're good.
Yeah.
You're good at what you do. And to me, that was the biggest thing, is like going into the park and people going, "Are you sponsored?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm pro." And it's like, if you're pro, you get paid. And it's like, yeah, technically I got paid, but really it was about the free parts and whatnot. But like we were barely pro as far as like making money off of it. It was mostly free trips and whatnot. But yeah, that confirmation, and like, dude, getting your name on a Razor box, that was like, I could go with my family and go to Target and be like, yeah, that's my name on that box.
Yeah.
You know?
Royalty
Which
deals.
was very subtle. But
royalty deals. You should get paid for your name value. I'm not disagreeing with anyone that's going to point that out. If your name's on a deck, your name's on a wheel, your name's on a grip tape, you should get a royalty deal. 100%. You know?
Yeah.
But we're acting like scooter companies are $1 million brands here. I hate to say it, you're incorrect. It's I wish it was.
yeah, maybe the owner, when they sell, is gonna make money, but you also have to be huge.
Massive.
You know, like Phoenix selling the brand for $4 million. I don't even know if that would ever happen again, because
they got
that
at
was
a
on
good
the
time.
Up and up.
Yeah,
he got out at the best time. I don't think you're ever gonna be able to do that again.
Yeah.
But that's all to say, I appreciate the point. It's always got to be fun. If you're not having fun, like, it doesn't matter how much you get paid or what products you're getting or what trips you're going on, you're going to be miserable. Like, dude, towards the end of like my career as a rider, like, I was miserable, and I'm like, was so fortunate to be like flown out and do stuff. And that was the hardest part, is like, dude, I'm having a bad time when someone else in my position would be having the time of their life.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of it was just that pressure to film. And honestly, I couldn't, like, you would give me a lot of inspiration, be like, dude, try this clip, that clip. You were never on the trips with me, and I was just lost. I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, because Josh
the riders
wasn't
get real good.
J-Toy wasn't giving you trick ideas like Tubi does.
That's what. Well, I'm not talking about the Razor days. The Razor days were fun. I'm talking about the urban art days, like towards the end, where they were doing everything for us, and I'd like bitch about something, like, all right, well, we'll get you'll get your own bed for once. I'm like, yeah, thank you. I'm sick of sharing beds with other grown men.
I don't think Jeremy's gonna watch this, and I'm not hating on Jer. I love Jer. He lived with us for quite a few months. Love Jer. Jer was a fantastic photographer. Oh, Addie's frozen. But Jer was a fantastic photographer. Not the best TM. You know what I mean? There's a difference between being behind the camera and actually being a TM. A TM is more like being a coach of a professional sports team. The TM's gotta be kind of seeing what the rider is able to do, and then pointing out, making. Oh, he's back. Addie, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn
it off. Turn it off.
Okay, when you freeze, when I freeze, I just go to the YouTube. I'm like, I can hear what I'm saying, or what you're saying.
But you know, Jer, like I was saying, had great, one of the best photographers in the biz, not necessarily the best TM. And that's no hate to Jer. He had his hands full, especially just with you American boys, on top of the international thing, and the team spread out. Half the team spread out across America. Georgie's all the way in Boston. You're in Cali. Then you got all the rest of the riders. One's in Spain, one's in France, one's in Australia. You know, it makes it really, really difficult. And what is he good at? Photos.
Yeah, he also came in at a time, like when Urban Art started, I know we're getting a little off topic, but it was kind of the transition from filming full length, and that's what you did as a team, to like everyone just post their shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, and like full length, you're gonna get 2 people watching that, you know? So I do feel bad for him. I will say to his credit, like he got us what we wanted. He was the in-between that would listen to us, mostly me, bitching. And he would have to go to the owners, and then they would oblige him and get us what we needed. And then I would still not film clips.
Yeah.
So, but
Josh,
yeah, I mean, definitely we got many arguments, and I still feel bad about him, you know, getting in and yelling at him in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico about like being a team manager and stuff like that. But, yeah.
Andres wrote, MGP must be the one company that has big money. Yes, they probably do have a good amount of
I bet they
money.
do.
But at the same time, their overhead for a brand that size, warehouse, insurance, employees, so forth, so on. There is a lot of, I learned this way down the road, mainly from us doing Hella Grip. There is a lot of things that add up, and the bigger you become, the higher that price is going to become. Just overhead price. Then adding on what the team gets cut. Now, the royalty deal for a signature deck or signature wheel or whatever it may be should be higher than what a brand like Hella Grip can provide you. That's where it
and
really
words are
comes
pretty
down.
good. When I hear about other royalties, I'm like, damn, all right, we're all right.
Best royalty deal in the biz, Hella Grip.
Like maybe we overall, because of the amount of product we're selling, it's not as high, but the percentage we offer is up there with everyone else.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, we gotta watch some of these videos.
Yeah.
And we'll keep pausing. We'll keep talking. We're gonna skip this one mainly because let's be honest, the Undialed boys will definitely flag us. Clayton and Will. In 2017, they made a video.
Well, just bump through and give me like one quick 20-second clip here.
What's up, guys? Clayton Lindley here, and
that's your 20-second clip.
A little more forward. We'll skip the intros and all that. I just want to get right into.
That is now the Scooter Hub. So if you live in, I'm just going to take the middle of Kansas, or I don't even know, the middle of, you live in Tennessee. I don't know any Tennessee scooter riders, none. But I'm just going to take Tennessee, for example. You could make that the scooter place if you really tried and put enough work into it. And another thing about being sponsored is if you look at my scootering, you're probably like, wow, Will, you're not as good as Sandeezy, you're not as good as Jack Douth, or you're not as good as, I don't know, anyone on Instagram. I'm in comparison to other people, I'm not that good. But the reason that I'm sponsored by lots of different companies is I found a way to make scooter companies money that isn't just profiting off of how good I am at riding. So,
and we'll pause it right there because he did until he didn't. I'm pretty sure he got the boot from Tilt too. So you did until you didn't, and then because you weren't as good at scootering, see you later.
Yeah, I was even gonna say like it's not the same, but like how much brands spend on stuff. Like in the early days of Urban Art, it was like companies now where they're like they got to spend money to make money. Dude, that first trip, they dropped like 15 grand on the team. You know, that was like our starting budget almost for Hella Grip. They dropped it on one trip and they didn't get any clips on that. That was like the beginning of the end, was at the beginning for Urban Art. They dropped so much money and then it slowly tapered off as riders were making less. I don't know. It was both. Riders weren't providing as much. The brand wasn't providing as much. It was a perfect storm.
Somebody said it was Luke, aka Scooter Kid, said it was great being paid by Mad Gear as a teenager. It was a lot of money, so that's cool. And then Josh said, "J
That's
Money,
great. Good for him."
Yeah, good for you, man. J Money said, seriously, that wasn't a joke. Good, like hell yeah, bro. Make it while you can.
Get that money.
Make it while you can. Jay Young said there ain't anyone getting paid over $1,500 a month. I mean, Jay, that's almost as much as I was making when I was working at the picture frame shop. So
take that $1,500.
Dude, if HG want to pay me $1,500 a month,
he's right though.
Yeah, he's right. But man, I don't. Here's what I'm gonna say. Controversial take. I don't think there's anyone in scootering really that deserves $1,500 a month. I ain't seen that much content out of anybody. Show me that 1,500. And then somebody asked.
Yeah.
They're guessing how much our royalty is. You got to get on the team to find that information out, bro. You gotta be a homie to find that out.
My thing I always told like younger kids is like, dude, well, I guess it doesn't matter as much as like, what's your healthcare plan? Like all the money I ever made in scootering did not compare to what I spent on bills when I tore my knees, busted my teeth out. There was $7 grand right there on a razor trip. $7 grand to fix my fucking jaw.
Dude, this dude just wrote how much he got made.
How much you made?
300 euros or 377.35 USD.
For what, Mad Gear?
For Mad Gear, yeah. In like 2011.
I feel like I heard that before, that Mad Gear was around 300 a month.
Well, thanks
that's
for the
what
info.
R. Willie, Yeah, a lot of brands I feel were between 3 and 5. I know AO was per clip. It was like $35 a clip or something like that. So you could stack.
But what do they want?
That was why they were putting out. What's up?
What do they want out of you is really the question.
They didn't care. That was the thing why like AO was blowing up is, dude, you could go and film like the most whatever.
Oh, yeah, when
they'll give you $35 a clip.
Which that's the craziest deal. Like, take advantage of that deal.
Yeah, and they did. And they were getting like houses and what, dude. The Corey Vanloo Louis V, or the same person. Zig Short Days.
Yeah,
dude, that was the time to be on a brand. You were making money.
All right, let's play some.
And you're still on your parents' health care. You know, in America, you're on until what, 26?
Yeah, something like that.
So, but a lot of it to say, it all goes back to like, you gotta have fun. No matter what we hear about in the how to get sponsored, if you're not having fun, it's not even worth it.
Dude, I mean, look, I have so many friends I grew up with that wanted to be sponsored skateboarders. They all had part-time jobs. You gotta bite the bullet. You know, you gotta do a little bit of both, man, if you really want it. All right. So, Steve, this dude's friends with Raymond Warner. I don't think he's doing vlogs anymore. He made a video. We're gonna skip him, but shout out. Also 2016. This is the year that was like.
Give me a quick, just out of curiosity.
Today's video is gonna be a little bit different.
Like,
so
2 minutes in.
On the App Store for iPhone, I know iMovie is great. It might be like $5. Ask your parents for like $5. Or you can get Splice. Splice is a really good one. I know they have that on Androids and on iPhones, so that's a really good program.
Oh, this is 17,
what you
not
want to do
16,
is just
my bad.
create quality content, something that's enjoyable for people to watch. And just look up ways how to grow on Instagram. There's so many different ways how to grow.
So he's talking more about you got to be popular on social media.
Same thing,
right?
yeah, same thing as kind of Will was talking about, which I think writing comes first, personally. Writing comes first.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like live by the sword, die by the sword when it's social media, because if that's your thing, when you drop off, then you've dropped off, even if you're really good at writing still.
I want to find the kid or person that is amazing and no one knows about him, and I want to help him get his footage out to the masses. That's what I think.
Yeah, that used to be what
is.
sponsors do, right?
Yeah, that's the brand's
one of their
job.
main things.
That's what you should be getting out of the brand, is it's getting your name out there. Heligrip's objective is to help you get other sponsors who are going to pay. You know, I'd love to get all my riders on Red Bull, for instance. You know what I mean?
And the biggest thing is and something you're very good at, is when a rider rides for Heligrip, you use your connections to help parlay that into other sponsors.
100%.
You know?
That's my
and I
TM
think that
job.
was the biggest thing you've offered as a team manager for Heligrip, is you've taken some younger riders and kind of put their name in the hat of other brands and put them on the radar, and people trust you, so you could vouch for them and be like, listen, not only is this guy good, but like, we've gone on trips with him. He's stayed with us. Like, we know he's cool.
Yeah.
And like, just not, I don't know, I don't want to say a loser, but because it's not about that, but just like, you know what I'm saying, just like bad vibes. Certain people, you're just like, he's really good, but just bad vibes, man.
But once you're on
and
HG,
then-
the objective for us is to help you get the best or get the most out of scootering that you can.
Yeah, exactly. And kind
That
of
you
like help
can.
fulfill your wish list. Like, oh, what brand you want to be on? We're good with them. You know, like we probably won't help you get on Apex. I'm sorry to keep throwing. I'm not throwing Apex under the bus.
You always
here,
are
but
throwing Apex under the bus.
I know, dude. They make great products. I'll say that.
All right,
but like we don't have a
Let's watch one of these. Here, 100% works. Let's watch what Brad says is 100. It's 14
Okay.
minutes. Let's just commit to
14
watching.
minutes.
We haven't watched any really. You know, let's commit to watching one.
Yeah. Maybe 1.5 speed or something.
This got no audio.
Behind closed doors. I already know what the audio is.
Yeah, where's it?
It's your boy SB here. It's day
Ooh,
3, I believe,
it's
here in
got that
Pono. We've got a few
stigmata.
fans out here. Everybody say what up to the vlog. Hey. It's great to see you guys here today. I'm going to get some riding in, just standard stuff, and then do some more activities later on. But without further ado, let's get into the riding. Who is going to bust out some moves for me? Yo, we got
can
your boy,
skip the riding part.
Cody Richardson out here.
Oh my god,
When was the last time you were in front of a camera?
about 3.5 years ago.
What?
Been a long time.
Been a long time. For those of you who don't know,
Oh, here we go.
being sponsored is definitely...
Into the house we go. Getting a nice little Corona.
All right.
He thinks he's
That's
Vin
a dope
Diesel over
bottle
here.
opener.
He thinking
Yeah,
he's Vin
dude.
Diesel.
Hey, Scooter Brad, family.
I think a lot of you guys should
That's
know
what
that being
it's
sponsored
about.
is definitely like not
Family.
your number one priority in
He
scooter riding.
knows,
The number
and
one
that's why
priority in scooter riding
that's
is just
one thing to think
that,
about
just
with
scooter riding.
getting
Just have
sponsored. What family do you want to be a part of?
Yeah, family.
fun doing what you're doing. I'll tell you how you actually get sponsored,
Great
okay?
hair,
The
by
way
the
to
way.
get sponsored is to make video parts and get yourself out there. And I'm going to tell you
100% make good video parts.
right now, this is the 100% works every
Yeah.
time method, okay? No matter how hard you want to be sponsored, all you have to do is work for it. That's literally it. You just have to work for it. 100% every time. If you work hard enough to get sponsored, you will get there. Don't drop your bangers on Instagram. A lot of people do that when they are sponsored. A lot of people do it when they're unsponsored. It's definitely a personal preference thing. If you want to drop your clips on Instagram, that's absolutely fine. I think it's important not to go around on Instagram and tag as many companies as you possibly can in an Instagram post. What you should be doing is finding a brand that you like to ride, find some parts that you like riding. If that means you ride an Apex Complete and that's solely what you ride, then by all means.
He also said Apex. Oh, Addy froze. He also said Apex. Him and Addy love to point out the Apex. He's New Zealander. He's not an Aussie. Josh, let's a little correction on that one. Let's he's a Kiwi guy.
Ride an Apex Complete and aim to be on the Apex team. If that's the parts that you want to ride, that's the team you want to be on. If you want to be on Envy, if you want to be on Urban Art, if you want to be on Route, make sure you're riding those parts. If you really do enjoy those parts and believe in riding those parts, then they might pick up on it eventually. If you keep riding their parts, you keep hashtagging Route, you keep tagging Route in the gram and all that kind of thing, make a video part, you know, sponsor me, edit for Route Industries, dedicated to somebody, and they might take notice of it. And if not,
100%. That is the best way of trying to get sponsored.
somebody else might come along and say, hey, well, I think you're pretty good and we might like to give you some of our products to try out. And then, you know, you're on your way to glory, really. Back in the day when I started making video edits, I didn't really pick up a sponsor by solely dedicating one of my videos to any specific company. I just randomly got picked up by a sponsorship, and that was just pretty well the luck of the draw for me. But I think what I did to get noticed by this company was just put my name out there. I pretty much made Bradley Gowdy minivid 1, 2, 3, and up to 4, I'm pretty sure. And then I made like Christmas edits and Easter edits.
Oh, he's back. He's back. You're back. Pause.
I made a comment, bro. I was watching.
I was watching. I saw it. He also said Apex.
He also said Apex.
Yeah.
And he is from New Zealand.
My homies down at Pauanui, the same park you've been seeing.
He's making a lot of good points, though. This is pretty accurate on what it needs to be.
Yeah.
These most recent videos, and I think it was like just the biggest thing was getting your name out there. You know, Bradley Gowdy,
100%.
You know, Bradley Gowdy, minivid 2, minivid 3. I was always posting video parts like full on 2 to 3 to 4 minute edits, and that is what people want to see. They want to see consistent content from you guys. You can't just run around saying sponsor me, sponsor me, sponsor me. I can rifle, I can buttercup, I can back you. I'm the man. It's like you really need to work hard for a position on any team. That's the way it goes. I'm not on a brand at the moment. I'm just a shop sponsored rider.
You know what I have to point out, Addy? To me, rather than you doing a single trick, like whatever, Buttercup, Bry, all the ones he named off, it's what did you do that on? Like, knowing that you've done something crazy on a famous spot, that matters more to me personally than the fact that you know how to do a trick.
Yeah, nowadays, I mean, back in the early Razor days, it really, like, no one cared. It was like, oh, did you do it on a kicker ramp over a box jump?
Yeah.
What's this audio I'm hearing?
Just on your end.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. Especially more, well, even in park too. If you do it like on a crazy park spot, I'll be like, what? But usually it's a little harder to find something unique. Yeah, if you do a crazy street spot, that'll, even though it's just a tail whip, I'll be like, damn.
Yeah.
And the steez factor
or
too.
a park, if it's like a gnarly gap at a park, like transition to
Yeah.
transition, and you're like, whoa, you did it on that gap? That's crazy.
Yeah. Style also. I'm sure someone's mentioned it already, but I haven't heard any reference to style. Like, and it goes back to the park versus street. Like Dylan Morrison, who rides for Hella Grip. I'd say he's mostly park, right?
Yeah.
His style is one of the best styles in the game. And like, to me, he's so good to like the tricks. It's insane. And he boosts stuff, and that's part of style like that. You could tell a lot about a rider just by seeing 3 clips, even if the tricks aren't that insane. If you could see the style through those couple clips, it's like, that's really all I need to see. I'm sure it's like everything, like an artist. You could see like a little sketch and know like, oh yeah, they got it. Doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Yeah. But you just know their style. They got the fundamentals and then some.
Hags fundamentals.
You gotta have Hags fundamentals.
Not a pro anymore per se. I don't get paid to ride my scooter. I just get, obviously paid to make YouTube videos. Well, you guys know that anyway. But like at the same time, you just really need to concentrate on having fun in scooter riding. That's the main thing. That's the main event. That's what we're all here to do.
But also, like, pro to me is about the tricks you're able. The footage you're putting out makes you pro. Not getting paid. That's a personal.
Yeah,
belief.
pro. I think it's
personal
the
belief.
like. Yeah, it's almost like another video of like the semantics of the word pro, because it used to be like, oh, you getting paid? And it's like, well, dude, like, yeah, Razor paid me, but again, it was like $600, technically I was pro, but really it was more about
riding at a professional level. Riding at a professional level.
Exactly. Like, I would never go up to someone who's like killing it and be like, that person's not pro because some company didn't slip him a $5 bill. Because by the same coin, if someone just gives you $1, are you technically pro?
You got paid.
You're
professional.
Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, you got
It's just to have fun, and the way that you do that is just to progress. Get your tricks on lock, make sure you're consistent, regularly upload to YouTube or Instagram, or post photographs, or just be active in the community, and be a nice rider, be a nice person, be supportive of other riders.
Totally.
If people make a team and they're close to you, say,
100%.
Congratulations on making the team. Doesn't matter how good they are, doesn't matter how good you are in comparison to them. If they worked hard to be on the team and they've been accepted onto that team, they definitely deserve the spot. So don't dog anybody that thinks that they should be on a team,
or maybe do, and maybe that's your shtick. Or maybe
dogging them?
Dog people, be an ass. Maybe that's your shtick. It works for Bruss.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the thing. You gotta have, and this isn't anything. If you've got like the skills to back it up, you could be a dick.
Yeah.
Whether it's baseball, basketball, you could talk shit on the basketball court, but you better like drain a 3 right after that. Because if you score 6 points at the end of that game, it's like, oof, all that shit talk. I don't know, man. It didn't work well. Yeah, you could be a punk in scootering, but you better be able to back it up.
I think that they should be on a team regardless.
Josh is hating that we're playing in 0.5. I love it.
I watch everything now. When I hear stuff regular, I'm like, oh my god.
Accept that and work on yourself, and you will one day be as successful as the pro riders.
It's because it's so long.
Yeah, he's like, it's not saving you any time. That's because we keep pausing, but it is saving us time because if we're gonna pause regardless. So.
For example, you can be one of those riders. All you have to do is work extremely hard, like the rest of us have. Make sure you're committed to getting better at scooter riding, and you'll make it someday. You can make anything out of yourself. I'm telling you right now. Okay, 12 months ago, I was sitting in this exact living room thinking, what am I doing? I have no direction. I'm not a pro rider. I can't win comps.
Also, Josh, you could slow down the video on your end. So
yeah,
if we're at 1.5, you just go 0.5 or something, and then it will equal out to 1. And then we're good. It might be a little wonky.
Yeah.
But you could.
Yeah. I'm with Addy. And I play the music in the background, so if there's dead spaces or if we're playing somebody else's track, my theory, Josh, is that it throws YouTube off of us.
Yeah. So. Actually, can you slow down alive? I don't know if you could slow down alive.
I can't make a living off scootering, and I can't pay the bills just from scooter riding. Well, guess what? Now I can. I've been making videos every day for the past 12 months, or almost every day at least. And I'll tell you, I've come so far, and you can do it too. It's not even that hard. Okay, it's pretty hard. Anyone can do it. That's the beauty of it. And I'm trying to get inspiring to you guys because people have been calling me cocky in the comments, and I really don't appreciate that because I'm honestly like the most chilled out, honest, most relaxed guy you've ever.
Chill.
He's super chill.
He's pretty chill. But this isn't also. This goes to like.
He's the
now
most
he's
chill.
making the views. Now he's getting 125,000, but if you look, just getting 25,000 would be big for Scooter Brad with the way YouTube has dropped off. Not to knock on him and what he's doing.
For scootering.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For scootering on YouTube, it's just dropped off, and so it is tough.
All right, we're gonna skip to the next one. Brad made another video about the same thing.
Because the last one did so good, and why not?
Yeah.
This one got 200,000.
This one got more views, but we already.
Dude, 20 minutes.
We're not gonna listen to Brad again. We're gonna skip ahead.
Yeah.
All right, we got a Raymond
doing a bet. I swear to God,
So-
if there's a burp in here, Raymond.
Yeah.
I love you, dog, but.
I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to get sponsored. Now,
Josh, I'm doing it.
I've made a couple videos
I'm
about
doing
this
it.
before, and a lot of you guys have continuously been asking because I've never made one on this channel. They've all been on separate channels. And also, these are all of my own learnings throughout the years. This is some of the information.
Now, I gotta say, Raymond looks like he'd be making some money. Look at this watch on his wrist. Look at that watch, bro.
It's a pretty nice watch.
Raymond
I know
needs to be
nothing about watches,
I don't know nothing about watches, but Raymond needs to be paying out because he clearly got some money over there.
In my own personal
look at the
experiences.
production
so if you guys
values,
disagree, I
too.
totally understand. You guys might have just had a different situation than I might have had. Again, this is my thoughts on how to get sponsored. There's three main things that companies look for when sponsoring.
Tell us about how you got sponsored by Wings and Things, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't it Wings and Things? That was the big one, dude.
Creativity, and there's your riding. Now, notice that I said riding last. I will explain that here in just a second, but we'll start with
Riding should never be last, Raymond. I'm sorry. I know you already said this is your opinion.
First.
Riding first. Riding first.
personality. Your personality is a huge factor for many different reasons, as I'm sure that's pretty understandable. You want to make sure that you're very presentable when it comes to kids, because scootering, the age range is usually like mid-teens. So you're looking at like 14-year-old kids, 15-year-old kids, some of you guys that are watching right now. But if you're not presentable, if people don't feel like they can go up to you and have a conversation and talk to you and that kind of a thing, companies really aren't going to want to sponsor you because you can't really tell anybody about the product.
I'm feeling it too.
I'm at the skate park and I'm just riding. I'm just minding my own business. I'm not talking to anybody. I kind of seem like I'm just really quiet, and that's an issue. I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm a nice guy, because I am. Let's clarify this really quick. I'm not.
What's up with
Raymond is a nice guy.
What's up with everybody having to clarify that they're nice guys? I'm gonna come out right now and say I'm not a nice guy.
You could be nice.
I can be nice.
Ruthless.
I can be ruthless.
If someone deserves a little, a little ruthlessness, they're gonna get it.
But I'm never gonna sit on a YouTube video and let everybody know, hey, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Or Brad said the nicest. Addie's
a nice guy.
Addie's a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. You see me at the skate park, come up, say hello, let's get a picture, let's ride together, let's get a sesh. I'm a nice guy. So you see me.
Nicest guy.
No, Raymond is. Raymond is one of the nicest dude. He always is. He said what's up to me since we first started Hella Grip when we were nobodies. So, well, we were never nobodies, but you know what I'm saying.
Uh-oh, she's starting the vacuum out there again. That's my cue.
Come up. Again, if I was minding my own business, not really talking to anybody, and just seeming like I'm antisocial, nobody's going to want to come and talk to me. Nobody's going to know what I'm about. Nobody's going to know the kinds of things that I like. Nobody's going to know the companies that I'm representing, all that kind
Raymond
of stuff.
probably is the most
personality and your
approachable,
attitude is huge. So if I'm at the park and I'm having just
I wonder
a
if
bad
that's
day
a problem
and I'm
for
riding
him.
and
If some
I
days
got
he's like, dude, I'm so approachable, these kids won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, don't take my phone.
6 times or whatever, and I get really, really upset, and I throw my scooter and I start cussing and I start doing all this different stuff. That's a huge issue too. That's not really something that you want to do. That makes you upset.
Well,
he's saying other people do.
I enjoy somebody that throws their scooter and curses. Man, when I see
shows you're human.
When I see Kirk flip out over a gnarly trick and he's getting emotional, it's like it reminds me of Addy, and I'm always like, yeah, that's the old days. Yeah. But like it also,
I took it too far sometimes.
It shows that you're a human. It shows that you're really trying sometimes. Now, if you're getting worked up and you're just butting it and you just keep rolling up and you never actually try the trick, Aaron to go. Sorry, Aaron, I'm gonna throw you out here. Aaron, Addy,
burned him good.
Addy, remember the time he tore off all of his clothes?
Yeah. But
Example
that's one of
A.
those where I'm like, is he doing it for the camera? Was he
going for B-roll that day? He's like, today,
dude,
I'm not
I've done that
trick.
before. I've done that where I'm like, I really don't want to throw my scooter, even though I'm really mad, but if I do throw my scooter, it might make for good content. And I've got a backup razor in the trunk.
Yeah. And real quick, too, I love Aaron. That was I'm not talking... Well, I am talking shit, but like, you know what I'm saying. I love you, Aaron, if you're watching.
You have a bad look, and if you're wearing a shirt that has a company name on it, that's a bad look as well. There are other things that fall into the whole personality thing. For example, when it comes to your personality, that also falls into the same category as what kind of things you like to ride, whether it's skate parks or
like
street
be
or whatever.
unbranded.
Now, again, this is what
unless he's saying if you're wearing another company's name, like we were talking about earlier.
He's saying wearing a shirt, like you're wearing a Hella Grip tee, you Addy, and you start smashing your scooter, it doesn't look good on Hella Grip. Well, they're still seeing the shirt.
Yeah, they are seeing the shirt. Now, I will say, yeah, if I'm Apex and I'm giving out $300 decks for free to my riders and they're smashing it, I might be like, bro, you didn't break it doing a gnar trick. You did it all pissed off.
Yeah.
Not getting another $400 deck.
Josh said I got a stuffy nose.
I realize because I ride skate parks, that's my sort of terrain that I've always enjoyed.
Josh
And
knows.
when it comes to wearing protective gear, that falls
knows.
into the same category as your personality and or your attitude.
You should have had that
I've always
queued
found
out.
that wearing protective gear when it comes to like for example helmets, knee pads. I used to wear gloves. Those kinds of things I personally think are very important because
I used to wear gloves too.
I'm
So
not gonna.
y'all hated on me for wearing gloves.
I'm not gonna say anything about any of this. I'm gonna let this skip past me.
when it comes to kids,
right.
that's a message that I want to spread to kids and just get them to realize that safety is a huge thing. I don't really ever ride without my helmet. I pretty rarely ride without my knee pads, especially when it comes to me doing bigger things at the skate park. I usually always wear my knee pads. The only reason I might not is maybe if I forgot them, but I usually always have my helmet while I'm riding at the
Yes, riding transition. You should wear knee pads while riding transition.
Wear those knee pads, but you might
Agree
still
100%.
have bad knees. I gotta say something. I've heard
100%.
from people. Maybe it's a rumor. You get so used to landing on your knees that because you have knee pads, it gives you bad knees. Because they're constantly taking an impact because you're sliding to your knees.
I agree, but I've also heard people like vert dudes like Tony Hawk and stuff disagree. They say that they're chilling.
I feel like the payoff is you might as well wear the knee pads, especially if you're doing vert, because the likelihood you're going to land on your knees is like all day, every day.
You learn how to do
you're
knee
riding a vert
slide.
ramp.
Yeah, you learn how to knee slide.
Yeah. I think for half pipe, vert, whatever you want
transition,
to call it, definitely.
I call skate park transition. Anything transition based, you probably need knee pads. If you come out to hit a stair set and you throw a trick down a stair set and then you do a knee slide,
I'm gonna go to your face.
I'm gonna think differently about that decision.
park. Now, does that mean that you have to wear a helmet, you have to wear knee pads, and you have to wear protective gear? Now, number two, your creativity. You gotta stand out. That's a huge thing as well. If I just look like
creativity is a big one.
Gotta stand out.
Huge.
Gotta stand out.
Other kid at the skate park, nobody's gonna really notice me. But if I'm at the skate park and I'm doing high crazy airs and these crazy different tricks that I've made myself, or whatever the creativity situation may be, or even if you're posting on Instagram and you're doing that a little bit different than everybody else, that's a huge thing. That's a great way for you to be noticeable. I'll give you guys a quick example. I've been riding scooters for a very long time, just about 14 years. I used to do tricks that nobody really does now, and I still do a lot of those tricks. For example, turn downs. Turn down.
You're BMX influenced, like.
Dude, especially back then, every scootering was very much BMX influenced.
Yeah.
Josh Toy, prime example.
Josh Young.
Most BMX influenced.
I think J Money's BMX. Street BMX influence, but J Money's definitely BMX influenced, 100%.
I swear Josh has done J Toy has done a turn down a stair set.
I think so too. I think
this one stair set he used to ride a lot.
He did an RVM, did he not? I think when we watched RVM,
and I do them bow legged.
Yeah,
what that means is instead of me keeping both of my legs completely straight when I do turn downs, I roll one of my ankles, my front ankle, and my knee goes out in front of my bars. That's a very different thing that not a lot of people do today, and not a lot of people did back in the day either.
Yeah.
And that's one of the tricks 100%. That I do that I think is very unique.
I tried, dude. It's a lot harder than you think. Maybe
it is
because of the razors, but mine always just looked like tweaked egg sups. You know, I could never do a proper. Josh Toy was like the only one I could see do a proper turn down.
Yeah.
It's not done enough, and I like it. I love it. And another trick that I do a lot of is tuck knees. I love to do tuck knees, and I
amazing tuck knees.
Barely ever see people do tuck knees, and that's something that'll make me stand out. And another thing is like flip
he
quad
is
whip.
The king of the tuck knee.
He's great, dude. I think Raymond took the mantle, as they say.
Yeah, the tuck knees.
The tuck knee mantle.
I love doing flip quad whips. That's actually my favorite trick.
I love doing flip quad whips. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like as cash. To this day, that's still gnar.
Turn down tables, flip quad whips. Why not?
Did he really say flip quad whips?
I'm pretty sure. Hella nonchalant.
Trick that I do a lot of is tuck knees. I love to do tuck knees, and I barely ever see people do tuck knees, and that's something that'll make me stand out. And another thing is like flip quad whips. I love doing.
You just cash throwing out flip quad whips.
He's like tables, turn downs, then he's
and
flip quad whips.
Quad whips is actually my favorite trick. I don't see a lot of people doing those, so there's
a reason
flip
you don't.
Triples is like nah.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered with that.
You can't get sponsored doing flip triple. Get out of here.
Different things that I personally do to make myself stand out. You guys should really use the things that you think make you different and use those a lot. Make yourself stand out, because let me tell you, everybody has a way to make themselves stand out, but some people just need to figure out what that thing is still. Find it. The third and final thing that I think people look for when sponsoring somebody is your writing. Now, it's pretty obvious. You have to be somewhat good. Now, do you have to be the
somewhat good?
You gotta be somewhat good.
You gotta be somewhat good.
Best. You don't.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being sponsored. You don't have to be the absolute best to get a sponsor.
I do agree with that. You don't have to be the absolute best.
You don't have to be the best.
The thing he's missing right here is there's this thing called style. And style can make up for a lot of different...
Yeah.
Spot and trick location with style. You have those 3 things and you know how to do it. You could be a hella grip homie.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
You just
also,
have to be presentable.
One thing is, like, in skateboarding when we were growing up, you had the shop sponsor, and the shop sponsor was a big amateur sponsor, so you didn't have to be the best. You just had to be, like, the best at the local skate park.
Yeah.
I don't know if you really have that in scooter. A little bit where Raymond's at, because you had, like, Scooter Zone, Scooter Farm,
Vault.
other shop, OC Scooters,
Vault.
the Vault, Pro Scooters.
The shop, which is what Nolan rides for. The shop.
Yeah. So in that sense, that could be your amateur sponsor.
They're supposed to be your TM too. When you have a shop sponsor, your shop should be telling these larger companies, hey, we have this rider. He loves your guys' product. You should throw him some free product. And that's when you get rep sponsor through your shop. Like,
yeah, because those shops are going to be talking to those brands.
Our friend, when we were growing up, used to get boards from Plan B. He wasn't getting the boards from Plan B. He was getting it from our local shop, who was then giving them to him. Right? And that's how it used to work. There was a better system. And yes, I am vibing. The music's great. And people aren't liking the speed up. I like the speed up.
I'm telling you guys, the most important thing of these 3 is your attitude and your personality. Again, I'm not saying that writing is not important. Obviously, writing is very important because
writing is the most important.
You want to post on Instagram, stuff like that, your writing footage. But if you post writing footage of you losing your mind, that's probably not going to look very good for either you nor the company. Writing is important.
Addy made a whole career off of it.
But when it comes to your creativity, that's
a
you
whole
being
career
creative.
for what?
Flipping out.
Oh yeah. I mean, I grew up, watching like CKY videos, and it was like, oh, if you're not flipping out like that, that's half your video. It's like the tricks, the bails, and screaming. That's my trifecta. A little bit of style in there too.
Yeah.
I'm
on your skateboard, on your bike, in your car, whatever you're trying to get sponsored for, whether it's drifting, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, you want to be different. When it comes to your riding, there's not really like a set list of tricks that you need to know how to do.
Oh, there was back in the day.
There was back in the day. If it was Razor, you had to know how to backflip. You had to know how to backflip. And a lot of it had to do with, like, you're going to do demos when you ride for Razor, and someone needs to end that demo with a backflip. And that was my role in Japan. And we discussed it last week. Jarrett Reed was so much better at it, and half the time I didn't even land the backflip. One time I missed the ramp completely, and Chris Daigle went to catch me. There's footage of it at the end of RVM4. And I landed on my feet. It was beautiful.
All right, let's get back to grooving.
You obviously need to know how to do the basics. Your tail ups, your bar spins, your 360s. Flips are helpful sometimes. Spins are a big thing. So there's a lot of different things that you can do that will help you boost up your chances of really getting a sponsor. Another thing that a lot of people do not do enough is go high and jump huge gaps and stuff like that. You don't see that very often. You see a lot of people doing boxes and they do the same style of tricks. They do the whip, rewinds, and kick.
Landing correctly in transition. A big thing for us here at Hella Grip is when I see people who ride park, they land super low in transition. You want your back wheel to land as close to the coping as possible. There's a margin of error or a margin that's will take. You know what I mean? That first foot, you got to be in that first foot after coping. I feel like Addy, if he was here, he would agree with me. You got to be in that first foot. Now, there's certain tricks and certain people. There's some stuff that gets away where you're like, yeah, that's still acceptable. That was super gnarly. You landed a little in low transition, but I'll take it. But a majority of the time, your basic tricks, you want to land in that first foot and as close to it as possible, you know?
And stuff like that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't know how to do those types of tricks and the trendy stuff, whatever you want to say. I'm not saying it's not important, but it's more important for you to do tricks that are, like I said, they make you stand out. Whether it's a 1080, that's something that'll make you stand out. You do a 1080, I rarely see people do 1080s anymore.
Yeah, no duh. Well, I mean, of course, 1080s will definitely get you sponsored.
You used to see people do them every now and then. Some of the people I've seen do them is Tyler Bonner, Joe Armstrong, and the fact that they had that trick on lock was a huge boost for them. I can't do 1080s. I've done a 1080, I can't do them very often. I've literally done like maybe 2, and I've done them both to Resi, so I'm not saying that I'm the best in the world either. I've had sponsors, a lot of sponsors in the day, nice, right?
I mean, transition-wise, Raymond's definitely the top five transition riders of all time. 100%. 100%.
In the past, I've had a lot of sponsors, and I feel like I've done
Wings and things. Let's get to it. Talk about wings and things.
pretty good job keeping those sponsors and keeping them happy and just making sure that my name stays in the game. I've been around, like I said, for 14 years now.
100%. Keep your name in the game.
And there's not a lot of riders that have been around for 14 years and have kept their name relevant.
Addy.
So I'm very happy that I've been able to do that. I've worked very hard, and you guys can do the same thing. You guys can get a sponsor. Everybody can get a sponsor. You have to just follow these 3 things.
Not everybody can get a sponsor. That's kind of I have to call that out. That's not true. Not everybody should be sponsored. That's crazy talk. What are we talking about here? Everybody should be sponsored? I mean, there's not talk about margins and no one getting any money. If everybody's sponsored, no one's making any money because everybody's sponsored.
I've been telling you, make sure you have a good personality and or a good attitude. Make sure that you
Man, Addy's been frozen for a hot minute.
That creativity that you do have. Make sure you work on
Any
that every
second
single
now.
day. Do something that's a little bit different, make you stand out, and your riding. Make sure that you are always working, you're always practicing on your riding, you're always wanting to learn new tricks. Do that stuff. It's all very, very important. Now, is that it? Is that everything that you need to know how to do to get a sponsor?
No.
No. There are a lot of other things that I really could go into very far detail in, but it doesn't really matter. The 3 main things that matter are the 3 things I just told you. Now, again, these are my own personal experiences that I've acquired throughout the years. So this is what I think sponsors look for. Now, another thing.
Oh, Addy, you're back. Addy, pause that.
I'm back.
Pause
Dude,
it.
I was more frozen than Frozen 2. Am I right? Damn.
Yeah, something's really not right today.
It was like Olaf up in here.
We're definitely gonna have to work on this, me and you, before we do next week's episode.
I'm telling you, look at Event Manager. Look at your logs.
Yeah, well,
Troubleshooting
we gotta do
101.
that off camera.
We're gonna do that off camera. Anyways, let's just speed this up here. Your boy's gotta.
I know.
I get to tell my pizza story, and that's because we're supposed to go get pizza soon at the spot. The spot of all spots.
Let's finish this Raymond Warner video, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I feel like he's making some good points.
And we'll do a part 2 of this episode.
I feel like we need to do a part 2 of this episode.
We'll do a part 2
to figure out the freezing.
And Josh, I just made you the same thing, Josh. So there you go.
And we'll watch it regular.
You don't want to do. If you're going to a sponsor and let's say for example you're going.
I like the fast motion, dude. It makes it groovy.
Maybe it's like torture if you're watching. I guess when I was watching it here on my phone, not too bad.
You want to love the parts that you're riding. You want to be able to say that I love these parts because of blank. If you send a video to somebody saying that you want a sponsor, you want this company to sponsor you, make sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Josh, put down the bong.
it's like I don't have time to process, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, Josh was complaining that Anton was a moderator and he wasn't, so I had to make Josh a moderator. Hey, see, if you're sponsored by Hella Grip, you get to be a moderator.
Yeah, dude, you get mod
in the
credits.
Chat.
You're running that company's parts, or you're wearing a shirt, something like that. Don't send Envy a sponsor video wearing a completely different company's shirt and riding their scooter. That's just not
Once again.
100%. And stop wearing skateboard brands. It bums me out when I see professional scooter riders. I'm talking to you, Anton, wearing skateboard brands in your clips.
Yep.
You want to wear a skateboard brand on your Sunday with Lauren? That's right, Anton. This is directed straight to you. Wear your polar shirt or whatever it may be when you go out on date night. But when we're out riding, I want to see you rocking Hella Grip. I want to see you rocking Affinity. I want to see you rocking Sympathy. I'm just naming off Anton's
sponsors. What about
sponsors.
like a Burton shirt?
No, we're not snowboarding. What is this, Addy? Come on now. Why not a Top Golf?
It's like,
why don't you wear a Top Golf?
Snowboarding's got like no beef with scootering as far as I'm sure they do, but like I don't know. It's just different because of the skateboard beef too. It makes it extra egregious.
Or no logo. No logo. No logo's fine. You want to wear
a comedy shirt? This is like a surf shirt, but it's funny. You know?
Yeah, Polo was a bad example, Anton. I couldn't think of that brand you like. Yeah, see, Addy's got a comical shirt. Like Addy wears his Harry Otter shirt. That's fine.
Yeah.
You want to wear some comical stuff, you know? Sure.
It's not a very good look.
Technically, it's a surf brand, but it's a surf bail brand. Kook Slams.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it won't
Only
happen.
because you know it's mentioned in Workaholic, so and they're local legends. Anyways, boom, back to the groove.
Now, wait. The other thing I'll say though, if you're trying to get sponsored by another, well, You ain't trying to get sponsored by a skateboard brand if you're riding a scooter. So no, I'm not even gonna say that. It's stupid.
But you have a better shot at getting a sponsorship from a company that you want to ride for if you're supporting them and riding their products and you're already showing that you like their stuff. You're wearing shirts, you're wearing a hat, you're wearing sunglasses, you're doing whatever you can and whatever in your
sunglasses.
He had the sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Ability you can just to show this company that you want to support them. I know that everybody can't go out and buy a brand new scooter, but you want to ride for this company, and I understand that. And I'm not saying that you absolutely have to have an Envy scooter if you're sending a sponsorship video to Envy. You can ride like a Magyar. You can ride a Havoc.
Trying to get sponsored by GTO.
I just
the watch company.
I think you do need to kind of be rocking it. Personal opinion.
Rocking what?
If I'm sending in a deck sponsor and I'm trying to get on TSI, I'm not rocking an Ethic deck. I'm trying to get on TSI. I should already be supporting the cause. That's a bad example.
Again, unless it's Apex and you don't want to spend the money on it because you can't afford it, and there are cheaper options out there.
Dude, the dudes at Apex are gonna come for us one day. I hope we're never.
They know.
I hope we're never at a contest and the Apex dudes are like, so we heard Addy really talks a lot about us.
I'm sure their number one thing is like, man, we'd be blowing up so much more if kids could afford our products. I say it about Hella Grip in Europe. I'm like, I wish our grip tape could be cheaper in Europe.
We say it about Hella Grip about everything. I don't get offended if a kid's just got black grip tape on. Normal grip tape.
Oh yeah, rock it.
It's when I see the kid rocking another company's grip tape with a logo on it, and I'm like, well, you spent the same amount you would have spent on Hella Grip.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is something I had a lot to do with. I'm gonna take full credit for this, like I'm a YouTuber. We sell $5 sheets on HellaGrip.com, misprints. We made it affordable for anyone to try to support Hella Grip.
Yeah. There's $5 shipping, but still, we take the hit.
It's $10, and we're taking the hit.
We still take the hit.
Yeah.
On shipping.
Yeah.
And plus, the $10 after everything's said and done is still cheaper than if you were to get another sheet. And you're showing support.
Aussie minimum wage is $25, ain't it? Josh Young.
Right, whatever. But you can do that. We're not all fortunate enough to have brand new scooters all the time.
In the wrong country.
Also, Luke, aka Scooter Kid, wrote Addy for Apex.
Again, I'm just saying, if you're trying to get sponsored by a certain brand, it usually helps.
I won't do anything for you as a rider other than like I might show up at the park once
Throw
a month.
scooter. It's a video.
I'll just honestly, that might get more views than my clips.
How much force does it take Addy to break an Apex?
Yeah, dude, we could make it a science channel.
We gotta get Apex just to send us one deck so we can see you smash it.
Yeah, I'll be like, will it blend Apex deck? Hot knife through Apex deck.
Yeah.
Supporting that brand previously to you asking for a sponsorship. Not all sponsorships are the same. So if you hit up a sponsor and you say, hey, I want free scooters, I want to get paid, I want to get all this different stuff, I want you guys to send me places. Now, that doesn't always happen. That's actually pretty rare for you to get a very serious package like that, for you to be sent out to different countries and for you
serious package.
Unless you ride for Razor, bro, you're getting all of that.
All the time. For you, all this, that's actually really rare. And don't expect that right away from a company. You need to be you need seniority. You need to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. Whether it's
seniority's a new one.
Starting with
that's another thing we haven't talked about. Seniority is big.
Legendary status.
Legendary status.
We put a lot of legends on our team over the years.
Yeah.
So
easier for us to do though.
Yeah.
Because we're not like flying legends around and paying them bunches of money or any money at all for that matter. But it also helps. I think when you get older too, staying relevant is a currency in its own. You know, for a lot of riders, they just want to be relevant and discussed. So that could help. Because that's one of the best parts, again, being sponsored is like people recognizing you and like appreciating you. And you're like, oh my God, wow. Like even seeing KC Corning at the Mothership Bowl Jam, just talking to him and like reminding him like, dude, you were like my idol back then. You're like the first pro rider ever. And you could see like he appreciated that. I think he had forgotten it. It's like, dude, do you not really? You're a legend. So just even a recognition goes a long way over money. If I'd handed him $100, he'd be like, okay, cool, thanks for the $100. But like a compliment and telling him how important they are to you in your own career, that is it's priceless. So you typing away over there.
Yeah, I was looking for something that Josh mentioned, but Josh, is that one or two? Right in the chat. All right, let's finish it.
You guys. So don't think that just because they're not giving you a whole bunch of stuff free, that you're not sponsored. You have to start somewhere. I started somewhere 10 years ago. I rode for ScooterZone, and that was my very first sponsor. And I got one scooter, and I rode that scooter forever before I got anything else from them. And I absolutely loved it. And I knew that I was sponsored. Now I know that it was a little bit different because times are a lot different. But even prior to that, my first real not real sponsor back in the day, and I didn't get anything for free. I wore a shirt that I got for 20 bucks, and I got bragging rights. I was on this team called DXG, and it was just a few friends, and we all got together, rode our scooters, and made a video together. And I absolutely loved it. And I'm still so thankful for John Radke for actually putting me on DXG back in the day, because it was something. It was a start. It was something I was fed. I was so hungry prior to that I wanted a sponsor so bad, and I finally got one. And I held on to that for the longest time, and I told everybody that I was sponsored by DXG, and I rode for DXG, and it was a crew, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And if I could go back right now and do it all over again, I would. And I never got paid. I never got sent anywhere. I was just a part of a crew, and that was my start.
That's what I'm
you guys
talking
need to start
about.
somewhere. And I wish you all good luck.
Dude,
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that this video is able to help you guys in the future when it comes to getting your first sponsor, or even if you're getting your second sponsor or your third sponsor. I hope that this video helps you in the future to basically help you achieve some of the dreams that you have. And again, this is my own personal opinions, so don't go down and comment that none of this stuff matters, because it does. I can tell you right now for a fact, all the things that I just said, they matter at some point. And
like
that
I
might
said,
not be
it's
for
my
every
own
single company in the
opinion,
world,
but at the
for
same
some
time,
companies,
it's
all that
fact.
Dude, I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. Like, dude, you can't contradict. Like, wow, man.
That's dope, though. It's just my own opinion, but
hey, don't go down
if you say it's
yeah. Don't go down into them comments and tell me I'm wrong, because it's a fact. But this is my opinion. Well, what is that?
Yeah. You could say that. It is my opinion that this is a fact. So that was dope. I mean, I'm with it. Goes back to someone.
Stuff matters, but if you guys don't get a sponsor, don't worry about it.
Also,
you should just have fun on your scooter. Everybody should just have fun. The entire world doesn't evolve around you getting a sponsor. That's not what the world revolves around. Scootering is meant for you guys to have fun. It's a tool. It's a tool. Your scooter is a tool for you guys to have a good time and for you to learn different things, not only in scootering, but outside of scootering. And I know that sounds crazy, but in the future, 10 years from now, if you're young, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Your scooter teaches you more than just how to do scooter tricks. And I hope that you guys are able to realize that one day. This is my second video that I posted today, so if you guys didn't see my previous video,
teach me anything.
It should also make friends. Oh, Addy froze. Damn, right at the end here. It should also be the way you make friends. You should be making friends and relationships with homies that you'll stay friends with for the rest of your life. That's what it should be about. Friendship and experiences out on the streets, having a good time, and then footage that you can go back on and look at later down the line and go, hey man, did you know I did this trick back then? Isn't that dope? Hell yeah. That's what it should be about.
Make sure you go back, check that out, and I'm signing out for the day. Thanks guys, much love as always. Later.
Alright. Well, that was going to be the last video we watched. I was hoping Addy wouldn't have froze. We still had another one by this homie, another one by this homie, another one by this homie, some different takes on it, and we didn't even get to the John Reyes one, where John was going to explain to us how you get sponsors for flat ground scootering. We had this homie. This is the most recent. This was actually only made on September 4th of last year. How to get sponsored. So we had some other videos we wanted to get to. This episode's already running a little long, and we keep having Natty freeze, so we're gonna cut it right here. But before we cut it, as requested by J Toy, we will end it with this classic shot right here. I don't remember the music. No, we can't. We'll just Foster Freeze over here. All right, Addy. Addy's in chat. We're gonna play this last clip to end it. This is what it's all about. And that's me. Oh man, classic right there. Let's play this trick. Whip, flip, whip out on the bump to bar. I mean, that's a clip, dude. That's a clip, dude. Whipping in, whipping out. Oh, that rail was fragile, man. That was crazy, dude. So, McMasher. McMashing. So there you go. And look at Addy's rocking a hella grip tee while he's filming that clip. And he's got all the homies. They're all showing love. They're juiced for him. We'll watch this whole video one day. Maybe at Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving episode this year will be us watching the Thanksgiving videos. One more time at Addy smashing. And one more time at Addy smashing. Smash. He already broke the bar off. If you look at that, I only had one bar on. I was disappointed because I wanted Addy to get clips for this video. I wasn't disappointed in Addy smashing a scooter. That was whatever. But he made it unwritable. He broke the bars off. So, once you break the bars off, we're done filming for the day. And that's why I was disappointed. It was more that we were done filming for the day. And he could have done that trick. So, good times. Good times were had. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here with a frozen Addy. And we'll call it a day. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for being in the chat. We're going to figure out this freezing thing. I think it has to do with something on my end. Although I'm not freezing, so it's kind of weird. But we will be back next week with an episode where we don't freeze. And we won't have that going on. So that will be cool. Until then, you know, get out there, have some fun with the homies, film some clips, and maybe you get sponsored, maybe you don't. You know? Think about filming dope tricks more than getting sponsored. Because if you're doing dope tricks, I'm going to sign out with this. If you're doing dope tricks, you'll get sponsored. You'll get sponsored if you're doing dope tricks. The sponsors will come. So do the dope tricks so that the sponsors come. You don't even got to send a video out. You got to just do some dope footage, submit it to like Trendkill or Olay brand or whatever the big media house is, Undialed, whatever it may be. Have them release the video, and if the video is filled with bangers, the sponsors are gonna come knocking. That's the truth. That's 100% the truth. Ain't none of those guys gonna tell you that, but that's straight up the truth. So, until next week, folks, have a good day, and make sure you ride Hell Grip.